Hey Polish Pals, welcome. Today I have all of the manicures that I wore for the month of May 2023. I wore 19 manicures and used 26 polishes to do so. I also put quite a few fill lines in these bottles this month. I really used some of these and I'm super excited to share these manicures. I had a couple really surprising long stay manis, which is not normal for me, so I will credit the formulas of the polishes. They stayed on through swimming and gardening and everything else. So without further ado, let me just show you all these beautiful manis. The first one was a pretty pink polish, and I actually wore this over another polish. This is a pretty sheer polish, and I wore it over something that I have kind of been using as a visible nail line blur, which is this OPI. It is kind of a beige nude tone, really light white creamy type of polish, and it is kind of a nude sheer. So it is perfect for covering that nail line. This is one of those unnamed OPI minis that I found at the Dollar Tree. And on top, I put Phoenix's Nebula chain. You can see I made quite the dent in this bottle. I created quite the fill line. I think I did this one in 3 or 4 coats, but this is a super shifty pink. You get to see a little bit of the blue and green Aurora shimmer in there, but it's super cute, and I really liked this mani. I think I even posted this one to my Instagram. If you're not on my Insta yet, I will leave that down below. I did not have one for a very long time, but one of the viewers had asked about it and I decided I would make one. So if you would like to follow me, it is at The Polished Gardener, and I will leave that down below for you as well. The second mani, I got to use one of my older polishes, as well as some of the polishes I'm working on in my Project Polish, or was working on in my Project Polish. This one is Juleps Denver. It is a really beautiful, like robin's egg or baby blue color. And that one I topped with Chocolate is Vital by Hershey's. Both of those two being ones that were in my project. And for the dark blue and the accent dots to the lighter blue, I used Nicole by OPI's If the Blue Fits. This one has quite the fill line. It is a much older polish. It's about halfway through. It is a really shifty one, and I feel like this one has some of that OG UP pigment in it, so I'm kind of sparing when I use it. I would love to get a full mani out of this sometime this year, but it is one of those kind of oil spill, old school polishes that has a special place in my heart. So I wore those three together to achieve this cool mani, and I really liked the simplicity of it and the combo of the colors. The next one is another blue mani. This is one that I've been waiting to wear for a long time. I do not know when this came out. I kind of feel like this came from PPU Rewind, but I don't know for sure. This one is Emily DeMolly's Dragonette. It is a beautiful flaky filled polish. It has those little black flakies as well as some super shifty pink to gold to green type of flakies. I really loved this one and I'm glad to have it. This is my only Emily DeMolly polish so far too, and there's a few on my wish list. This next one is a beautiful Crelly that super surprised me as far as wear time. This one stayed for days. I had a lot of one-day manicures this month, but this one stayed like 3 or 4 days, which is like really amazing. This one is Dom Nail Polish's Stone Smash from Polish Gamer Box, August of last year. It was a Kirby theme, so many cute polishes. And this is a pink Crelly with gold and pink magenta-ish glitters. Really cute Crelly. I love Dom's Crellys so much. And this one just made such a cute manicure. Being that it was a Crelly, I didn't expect for it to last long, but it really did, and it was such a wonderful surprise. This next one is one of my least favorite manicures of the month, maybe my least favorite. I thought these two polishes would look really good together because I have a purple polish with green and blue glitters that I do really like, but this just wasn't it. I don't think that the light lavender type of nearing white purple really went with these really bright and punchy colors. But the polishes I used was Lulu by Julep. This is another one that has been in my project polish. And then I used Julep's Roxy on top, another one that I'm making pretty good progress on in my project. But yeah, I just didn't really like them together. Love them individually, love them with other things, but this just wasn't my favorite mani. This next one is another one that I put a great little fill line into. This one is Baroness X, which this is my only Baroness X polish, and I don't know why. I love the thought of their fluid art polishes, and I still haven't delved into that. I did have some similar effect polishes by Sinful Colors quite a few years back, like 2017, and those polishes have now lost their effect, and I'm using them as regular polishes. So I need to dive into Baroness X a little bit more. I also love that they put the little cabochon on top so that you can easily locate your polishes, especially if you use something like Helmer's. I don't have a Helmer, but it's still nice to see on top because sometimes the ones in the very back of my nail rack is really hard to find. So this one is called Sequins and Bubbly. It is 100% reflective. This one came out around my birthday through Polish Pickup. It was an October polish of last year, and I did put a fill line on it. So now we are down quite a bit. This one only took 2 coats, but it was a very thick formula considering it was all reflective glitters. This one felt like a liquid sand. I added a little bit of thinner to it because the first couple nails, it was just so thirsty. So I added a little bit of thinner and it worked really well. It pretty much covered in 1 coat, but I just went in for 2 for that full effect. So really nice, and the reflective glitters is what sold me on this one. I don't have a lot of reflective polishes, especially ones that I buy for the reflective. This has been the only one that I just had to have because of the reflective effect. Just look at how stunning and beautiful and glowy and punchy that is. I am in love. When I had it on just as the black polish, I was looking at my nails and I'm like, I don't know if I like these darker colors anymore, but that reflective was so beautiful. And in the sun, you get a little bit of glint of some of those colors popping through. So it kind of brought me back to my beginnings with nail polish, which is super dark, anything dark, but mostly black. So now that I'm kind of like a whole different person, it didn't feel so comfy, but that glitter really helped. And I did end up really loving this one, so super glad I got this one and can't wait to wear it again. The next one is one of those polishes I bought just because of the name. Even though it is a very beautiful polish, I'm sure I have something similar in my collection. It is a purple-ish, kind of grayed off Crelly, and it has all kinds of beautiful flakies in there. They are kind of smaller flakes, but they are very shifty and glowy, so it is a very pretty one. This one is Lily Pad Lacquers, Cute and Cozy. And this one was from Polish Pickup December 2021. I actually bought this through a D-stash and could not help it because of the name. It is a misspell and it's not spelled cozy, it's spelled cozy with an S, and that's how we say it in our house. So I had to have it. Cute manicure though. This next one I've been waiting to wear for so long. I think it was on my winter rack and then it got pushed into my spring rack, and I finally got to wear it here at the end of spring now that we're going into summer. This one is Rogue Lacquers Be Our Guest. This is a Beauty and the Beast polish from October 2022. So another one that was a birthday pick. This one is like a white Crelly with gold to green type of glitters in there. It is beautiful. And I wore this with a simple little heart sticker on the accent nail. Those are like Polly Pocket or Barbie stickers that I've had like my whole life, so I need to use them. They're really cute. They're not ultra kitty, but they are like Y2K, 90s kid approved. Absolutely love them. And I only have a few left, so super glad to be using those up because they're almost as old as I am. But the polish itself is very beautiful, and it also has some hollow in it. Those don't come across as much as they do in the bottle, but it is such a beautiful like bridal polish, or if you have a special event, it just seems super ritzy and I really love it. This next one was one of my absolute favorites of the month. This one also lasted like 3 days, which was amazing. This one was that Julep again, that baby blue one. This one is Denver, and I put KB Shimmer's Snow Unique on top of it, which is a super pretty, like large particle shifty polish in a blue base. And this one's got that shift that I absolutely love, that like blue to green to gold to pink. It's just so pretty. And it made a perfect topper or pairing with this one. I felt like this matched the base color, which you can see kind of in the extreme angles of the bottle. And together it looked like Superman ice cream on my nails. I was so obsessed with this and the shifts. I loved this manicure. This was probably my favorite of the month, and I'll be kind of experimenting with this as a topper again because I loved the outcome. The next one is a 2 polish mani, which I love both polishes on their own very much, but I didn't like them very much together. So the flakies didn't match up as much as I felt like they did in the bottle. I do really like a pink and green together. So I did use MJ Lacquer's Beyond the Moss. This one is from Polish Pickup August of last year. This is kind of one of my matcha tea polishes. It's a light green polish with what looks like rose flakes because of the colored flakies. Really beautiful. And then I paired it with the Poetry Cowgirls Thousand Island, which was from the Condiments and Spices polish pickup. This one is a pink polish with a green flaky, so I figured they would look good together, and they might even in the bottle. But together as a manicure, I didn't like it as much as I thought I would on the nail. It's cute, it's just not my fave. Maybe at a different nail length or shape, or if I had a little bit of nail art going on, but just plain Skittle, I don't think I like it. Both polishes are absolutely adorable though on their own. The next one is like the most juicy, poppy color that I wore all month. I had this on my toes, and then after having that for a couple weeks, I decided I had to get it on my fingers as well. I loved this polish. This is Atomic's Choo Choo from the Polish Gamers box August of last year, which was the Kirby theme. And it is a orange, kind of melonish polish with a super shifty pink shift. So that pink shift kind of goes into a gold, which makes the orange looks like it's glowing, and then in extreme angles you get that green shift, but that is like in the most extreme awkward angles, which are really hard to film. But this polish is like super juicy for a pinkish polish. I've really been finding that I love pinks. I thought that I just didn't like pinks and reds, but pinks have really been growing on me. There's a lot of them, a lot of different shades, and I've really been enjoying them. This one has to be one of my favorites of the year. It's absolutely amazing. It's like an electric color. Love it. This next one is a Nailed It polish. This one is called Hydro Pump from the Pokemon collection that they had been working on in Hella Handmade Creations. It is a pink polish with really pretty shifting gold flakes that shift into like a green and blue. Really beautiful. And a lot of people compliment this one. And I have another one that's really close if you're looking for something like it. KB Shimmer's I'd Pick You is extremely close, if not an exact dupe for this. Maybe I will do a comparison on my channel soon because it is definitely really beautiful and everybody deserves to have the pink pretty. So I will investigate a little more into that, but I really loved this one as a manicure. I really like the way these look on my skin even. The pink tone with the gold really just has something going for it that I really love. It's super princessy feeling. So definitely loved this one. The next one is another fave of the month. This one is a cheetah mani. I absolutely love a good cheetah mani. This one I used Sunny by Julep as the base. This one is one that's in my project right now, as well as this pink eye glow, which has no name. Unfortunately, these little minis don't have names, but it is kind of a pearly, shimmery pink. And then I used that for the spots. And then of course I used a black polish. This is my Heaven lacquer polish that I've had for probably 13 years. It's about halfway full now, so I will be on the lookout for a really great one coat black once this is gone, but this is my mainstay until then. But it made a perfect cheetah mani. I love that polish for stamping, nail art, and everything else. It's just such a good one. It's so highly pigmented, and it's one of those vintage gems in my collection. So I used these 3 to make that cheetah mani, and I really, really loved it. I loved the colors together. It gave like a pink lemonade cheetah vibe or something like that. Just super cute, fun, playful, and yeah, love a good cheetah mani. This next one I had really mixed feelings about. The manicure itself I ended up really liking, but the polish kind of irritated me in a way because the pictures, the swatch pictures for this polish were so shifty looking. It is not like that at all on the nail, and I was kind of expecting something different. If I knew that this was just a blue with a pink shimmer, I probably wouldn't have grabbed it. I mean, I did really like it once it was on my nails. I just wasn't expecting that at all. I thought it was something completely different in comparison from my footage and pictures to the really intense, rich colored photos that they have for the swatches of this polish. It is on Beautyometry and other places. This is Phoenix Polishes Delirium. So this is another one that I put a pretty hefty fill line on. This one definitely needed for maybe even 5 coats, if I remember correctly, to get a similar look to what you're seeing here in the bottle. I don't know why I didn't assume that the look in the bottle is what I would get on the hands. I don't know. Those swatch pictures just kind of fooled me. But this one does have a really shifty shift, if I can say that. It's like a gold, that pink to gold to green that I really like, but it's just not very strong, and it's not as intense as the swatch pictures kind of depict it having. So this one also has some pink glitters in there, some white glitters, and some green glitters. So a really nice assortment, really jelly-ish, Crelly-ish type of formula. It is really sheer, and you definitely have to build it up to get this kind of look. I still don't really know how to feel about this one. I feel like I could put it in a project or a giveaway or do something with it. Sorry, I sneezed and now my voice is like all off. I keep getting these sneezes, but anyhow, this one, if anything, I may keep it for a project or something. I feel like it would be easy to use it up. I used like 1/6 of the bottle just in one manicure, so I could get probably 5 or 6 more manicures out of this, but we shall see. We shall see. Kind of mixed feelings still. The next one is one that I really, really loved. I used that pink shimmery polish from my project again as the base, and then I used by Danny Viana's Fresh Berries from Hella Handmade Creations, February of this year. This was part of a duo, but I loved it as a topper and built up on its own, and it kind of came with a similar tone polish. It was like a white with a tinge of pink to it. But yeah, I really loved this combo, and I really love this topper in general. I really want to do a manicure of it just built up on its own because it is just so stunning, and it has the slightest bit of milkiness to the base, so I feel like built up it's definitely possible. I may use something like this, that buildable sheer underneath it, just to make sure that the nail line is camouflaged, but I definitely want to try it on its own. It makes such a pretty topper though. I want to pair it with like all the pinks and reds. Oh my goodness. This next one, I had matte pull polish for me. I had a few in my spring rack that I wanted to try to use up before starting my summer rack, which you'll see really soon. And he picked this one. It is Cuticula's Pixie Glass from December 2022. This one has that really awesome assortment of glitters. She had a whole collection with this kind of finish, and I really love Dragon Glass as well. Can't wait to wear that one. But I paired this with a simple white mushroom type of stamp. I did multiple mushrooms, and all the little mushrooms have like moons and other things. I think there's a lotus there. Just so cute. So yeah, I went ahead and wore this one. Ooh yay, we're getting to the Scooby-Doo Manny. Oh, I was so excited to do this one. This is a combination of Zombie Claw's Fairy Tales Can Come True from December polish pickup of last year. This one is a Princess Tiana polish, so I figured I would wear this one and do it with some Scooby-Doo Ribbit Stickets water slide decals. Those were from the Saturday Morning Cartoons Smidgen of Us box, and they're super cute. They were really easy to use. I really liked those, and I really liked the polish. The manicure was really cute, and I had a fun time with it. Okay, y'all, this next one is super gemmy. It has the sapphire glitters in it, which really give such a bright pop to a polish. Oh my goodness. So this one is Vanessa Molina's Modified Beauty. The flakies in here are wild, and they're so shifty, as well as those sapphire glitters are just poppin'. I loved this one. It was kind of a weird build-up, but it did build up really nicely in 4 coats. This one has a really jelly, see-through, like sheer base. It does not look this dark at all. It is basically a clear base. It is blue, but it's so sheer. So it does allow for all of those beautiful glitters and all of those beautiful flakies to build up, and that's kind of the point of having the sheer aspect to it. But it was so beautiful. Like, once it was built up and had everything going for it, it was such a stunning polish. Like, I could not stop raving about it. I'm so in love with it. And even though it is a darker color, I loved wearing it. It was so pretty. And in every lighting, it kind of had a different vibe to it. I really, really loved this one and had so much fun wearing it as well. And this last one is a BCB Lacquers. I've really been loving them lately. This one is Ghosts in Ectoplasmic Color from the Little Box of Horrors, March 2023, pretty recently. This one was a 1960s horror TV and movies themed polish from 13 Ghosts. And this is actually the one that I am wearing right now. It kind of reminds me of a Pear Jelly Belly Jelly Bean. I don't know why they're not exact colors or anything, but it totally gives me that vibe. I absolutely love this. It also gives like a tropical or rainforesty vibe, or Jurassic Park even. I felt like it kind of screamed Jurassic Park. Love this polish. Absolutely love this polish. I'm actually twinning this polish and wearing this with Suzanne from Sue's Cute Butts page here on YouTube. If you are not subscribed to her or don't know her yet, I will introduce you with a link down below in the description box so you can check her out. She does monthly giveaways and she's really cool. So definitely check her out. We're both wearing this nail polish here at the end of the month. So super fun, love to twin, and love this polish. So that was everything that I wore this past month. I had a lot of really fun ones that I really enjoyed, and I got to use a lot of my untried polishes, which is always a plus. But if you have enjoyed this video, let me know, give it a like down below, and if you would like more content like this, consider subscribing to my channel. I'd love to have you back. I've so enjoyed having you here today, and hope to see you in the next one. But until next time, friends, thanks so much for hanging with me.